Have you ever been in a situation as a high ticket closer where you're in a Zoom call and all of a sudden you start thinking, this person knows what I'm doing. This person is starting to get resistance because he knows where I'm trying to take the call. Well, what if it wasn't like you thought it was? I got asked this exact same question in a training session and I want to share it with you. Let's get into it. With the
Yes.
one, you're up, brother. What do you have?
Yeah, so I did a call review with the team and um it it um it seems like I lose the authority position sometimes in my calls. So I was wondering what kind of advice do you have to stay the authority in the call?
Okay, so what does that mean? Like explain to me how do you mean by the authority and explain to me how do you feel you lose it?
In the way that when I ask a question, people they give a very vague answer and it's not really an answer to my question. They like push me back in a sense. And
Okay, for an
they
example.
act as if yeah, how am I gonna explain this? Yeah, it's just you see that the person feels like they're in a higher position than you. They feel like they're the expert. You understand what I mean?
I understand,
I,
but if you can put me an example specifically of what someone would say, the way they would say that, then I know I will be able to help you for sure in terms of like how to approach that, you know?
for example, yeah.
That example with the guy we did a review with, that he said like, yeah, I did this, I did that, I do this, that he.
Yeah. So there was this kid, and he was going to school, but he wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I said to him, "Okay, well, your parents want you to go to school, but you don't want that. So you doing this for X amount of time, I mean, how would that impact you?" And then he said, "Oh, no, 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 it doesn't impact me because I did this. I had a gap year, and I traveled, and I did this, and I had a company, and now I'm just back here again. I'm just at school again." But it was, he evaded the question by he was
Hold
acting
on,
as
hold
if
on.
he was.
Hold on. When you said you doing this, how do you mean by that? You doing this, how would that affect you? What was the purpose of that question?
Yeah, because he knows that the 9 to 5 is not for him. He does not want to be a slave, but he's studying for something that will eventually make him an employee, not a boss. So I
Mhm.
was trying to get out of him like, how does that affect you going to school every day, knowing that this will lead you to a 9 to 5, but you don't want that?
Okay, got it. I get it. But he's not necessarily, well, I mean, I will have to see the goal. But sometimes people are just not necessarily believing that they are above you in terms of
Yeah.
status. Maybe it could just simply be that he intentionally wanted to avoid the question, or maybe he didn't understood. He didn't understand the question.
Maybe be that he wanted to evade the question because it almost seemed like he knew what I was doing.
Yeah, but you don't know. We have to be very careful with creating stories in our mind when we have no evidence. I've been there. So, a typical example of you're in a B2B call, someone hops on a call and they just say something, and immediately you start creating a narrative in your head about what you think he thinks.
Yeah.
And it's just a story in your mind. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like it's cracking you inside and it's creating uncertainty. So, don't do that to yourself. It's like, don't allow your brain to just create a narrative if you don't have proof of that. If you don't know, just ask. Just literally ask. Hey, brother, quick question though. Like, I asked you about this, but not sure if I got it wrong or really what happened. So let me ask it in a different way. My bad, right? So is sort of like the best path for you to get to your goals, or how do you feel, right? For example. But try to stay away from creating narratives in your head about what they might be thinking because we don't know. That's very
Okay.
important. Maybe they're just saying that for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
So that's why you never want to assume. You always want to stay curious, And if they say something, like even if someone says, imagine you are in a B2B environment and you go, cool, what brings you to the call today? Like, what's the main constraint or bottleneck that's preventing the business from growing at the level it should? Lead generation. Okay, what is specifically about lead generation? Well, everybody needs more leads and you guys sell more leads. So that's why I'm here. Oh, lead generation is important. So that's what I always want to know what you do. Yeah, but specifically about lead generation, what is broken? Let's say the guy says, well, why can't it just be lead generation? Like all the above. Well, it can be. Like, I mean, that's totally up to you. But what I've found is that it could be a lead volume, it could be a lead quality, it could be both. It could be this, it could be that. And yeah, all the above. Yeah, but specifically for you, what have you noticed? I don't know, man. Like, it's just lead generation. I just want to fix my lead generation. Like, I hear you, man. Just quick pause here. Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't say anything wrong. Okay, so bad start of the day? No, dude, it's just okay. So what's going on? I don't want to make your day worse. Like, I'm just having a conversation here, but I don't feel you were connected to it. Yeah, dude, I always hop on these calls and it's just all the same questions, it's all the same things. That example that I'm putting is not someone that believes that is better than me. It's just someone that is frustrated. That's it. He's frustrated. It's not that he believes that he's better than me or not. He's just frustrated.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So always ask if you don't know, and then they will tell you.
Okay, understand.
If they say, I know what you're trying to do, you go, okay, so you read minds. So what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Like, how come? How do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think the mistake I make is that I don't confront prospects. I try to move to the next question a bit too quickly. But I need to learn to, dig and not take any answer I get for granted. So thank you.
Yeah, no, you got it. If you want, we can review the call. Okay, let's go with what do you got, my man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Sweet.
You're good.
I just had a quick question. For context, for my coaching business, I've been kind of employing more of a sales system that I'm comfortable with as a former business development analyst. So I do like a 15-minute qualification call, and then I will book like an hour deep dive, and that call is to close them. And I recently had one of those. I actually did it in person. He was in my area, and he was a good fit, good pain points. I help guys with porn addiction. He was explaining his pain points, and I was like, "Do you know the difference between therapy and coaching?" And he was like, "Yes." And he was like, I wanted to schedule the deep dive call. I said, there, we can talk more about pricing, create your program. And I said, is that okay? And he was like, yes. So we scheduled it, but I forgot to qualify him and ask him, hey, like it's a minimum 4-figure investment. Are you comfortable with that? Which I normally do before scheduling that call. And I forgot to do it this time. So my question is, do you think I should text him that statement before the call or potentially wait till that closing call?
Yeah, it's fine. Like you can just have the call. And I would assume that in your call, you have a first discovery part where you just sort of like ask them more specific questions. At the end of that part, before going into the program, then you can throw that in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I can totally help you. Like based on what you've shared, no doubt. So we can get you from A to Z. And that's typically what we do. If you're good on time, we just cover the program and everything. How are we doing on time? Are you good? Yes, I'm good. Cool. Before we get into that, we also take care of enrollments on these calls as well. So if anything looks good, the investment makes sense, I can even get you started. We can just start fixing these issues as of today. So if that is the case, are you ready to start walking towards your goals as of today? If everything, falls into place, program makes sense, investment is in place, etc. Are you ready to go? Would there be anything that we should be informed about or we should know? And then say, no, yeah, I'm ready to go. Okay, cool. And I didn't even share this with you. In terms of the investment, we still have to go through the process and everything because everything based on what you're looking for, it might vary, but it's anywhere between, it's going to be a 4-figure investment regardless. Just transparency. Say, you cool with that? Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Do you have something to take notes with? Yeah, let's go through it. Boom. And now you just present.
Sweet. Okay. So it sounds like kind of do the discovery, make sure there's no objections, get into the commitment, make sure there's no problems, then verify the investment piece and then move forward.
Yeah, you could totally do so.
Okay.
All right. That's it for this video. And this might not be for everyone, but if you're there watching this and you're like, I want to have a mentor and get serious about this, you can always check out the link in the description box below. It will take you to a short video. And from there, you can apply for a mentorship program and check out and see if spots are still available. If you do, I'll see you in that video. Take care.